Good morning, everybody. Lynn, the leather bag lady here. How are you all today? It is Wednesday today. I didn't speak to you yesterday. We had a little bit of a mix-up in our schedule yesterday, but I will talk to you about that after today's bag. So I do not get very many backpacks, especially not vintage ones. But today I have a really, really pretty Perlina super soft black leather backpack. The leather, I wish I had feel-o-vision. The leather is just super soft. It's really, really utilitarian. Lots of, there's that vintage, I wouldn't even endeavor to put a phone in there. I just put some sunglasses or readers or whatever in there. But there's lots of space in here. So here's your first compartment. There's your Perlina logo tag, zipper compartment. The fabric is all branded. That kind of stuff, I tell you all the time, is stuff that costs these companies money. If the bag is not a quality bag, they're not going to be spending the time, effort, and money to do that. You've got a so that's almost like an outside compartment. Your main compartment has some great card slots, and that is it. And then a front pouch that is just an open pouch. A slip pocket on the front, and that is about it. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different compartments, and 6 if you include the old style phone pouch. Perlina, there's your branding again. Now, the person who had this bag unfortunately cut the straps. So it's a clean cut. I've dyed it, so it is not noticeable at all. More Perlina branding. It does fit. It's quite a high. Now, as you know, I am no skinny mini, and it sits quite high on me. So there's lots of room if you want to shorten it even more, but that's about as long as the straps will go. So I guess the straps were maybe hanging and they were just being a little bit of a pain. So that is today's bag. Nice base. Feet on the base, and it has a handle too, which is always nice, especially with a backpack. So you can use it as a backpack, you can throw it over your shoulder like so. Lots of versatility, but the leather is the star of the show on this one. It is just gorgeous. I have sold some of this brand from time to time, but I don't think I've ever had a backpack from them. So it's really, really pretty. So that is today's bag. So yesterday, Pius had a dentist appointment, and he had a couple of other things that he needed appointment time for, and he thought it was all today. And it turned out it was yesterday. So we kind of took off for the day to get all those appointments done. I had an appointment with the accountant in the morning. Pius has a great lady who takes care of all of his income tax needs, so I will be joining forces with her. Just wanted to run some things by her because I'm relatively new to the whole small business income tax thing, and just trying to decide whether to keep things on kind of the more hobby business end, or to, you know, at least have the option to ramp things up a little bit. I'm not sure which route I'm going to go. It's difficult because as passionate as I am about my business, I am also now passionate about my husband and our time together and all the adventures that we have gotten into so far and that we are planning in the future. And unfortunately, me having set in stone plans doesn't seem to work. Excuse me. The online thing is very flexible, so that seems to be a better fit. But I'm still I don't want to commit to anything, because like yesterday, Pius was like, oh, I'm going to dentist tomorrow. I'm going here tomorrow, there. And I was just like, oh, okay. I'll come with you. Whereas if I had a regular, situation, I wouldn't be able to go. Which, wah. I know I'm very lucky, but I want to be able to go. I want to be able to hang out with him. I miss him like crazy today. I know. I actually bumped into an old friend of mine. Actually, it was a friend of Bruce's, and her husband works with Bruce. And Val and I got along really, really well. And we tried to stay in touch, but it just didn't work out, which is kind of sad when, couples break up and the, the outside friendships are not able to be sustained. And I mean, we all experience that. So, it is what it is. But Val was waiting at the stairs. Her daughter was coming to pick her up. She lives in a really pretty apartment building that I walk past now because I've extended my walk distance to get to the gym. And I saw her and I was like, hey! So I went and chatted with her, and she was a super nice lady. Spent quite a bit of time with her and Jimmy back in the day. So it was nice to see her. She congratulated me on getting married, and it was nice to see a friendly face in the middle of my walk, 8 o'clock in the morning kind of thing. So that was nice this morning. And then I've just come home. I turned the air conditioning off for a little bit. But I will be turning it back on probably once I'm done with you on the video here today. I've been watching a Purse Trippin' video, and there must be a fan or something making a noise in her videos. I must say, her bags are beautiful. The bags that I am watching today are just... She had like a sequined Coach bag, a couple of beautiful Lucky Brand, real slouchy leather bags. The bags she gets are amazing, but unfortunately, her video quality is really poor. Sorry, Kim, but I mean, I don't know if she knows who I am, but the lighting is bad. The lag, there's a huge lag in her videos. I don't know if that happens with mine. I don't think so, because Pius watches my videos every day and he doesn't seem to complain about that. If you watch my video immediately after I've uploaded it, you will get some fuzziness. Usually about half an hour or so after, it does clear up. I don't know why that is. But yeah, her lighting is so bad. And then there's the whole live video thing where she's chatting to other people. I just do not enjoy that at all. I don't want to know about your, meet up at the farmer's market the Saturday before or whatever. That doesn't interest me at all. But her bags are beautiful. And apparently she is now shipping to Canada. So... but our price points are very similar, but hers is US dollars, mine's Canadian. So I am cheaper, and trying to keep my prices reasonable all the time for you guys. Cause if I wouldn't pay it, I don't expect you guys to pay it. So, I had a lady recently who wanted to return a bag, 2-3 days ago. And she was a little stern that, how can you send a bag out like this? And folks, you got to read the listing. You got to read the listing. I not only mentioned it in the listing, there was pictures. And I don't know what it is, whether you're scrolling through and you just hit purchase or whatnot, but I do not and will not ever hide damage or discoloration or anything. That's one of the main reasons I do the videos. So, I offered her refund, and I refund bags within 7 days. I do take a 20% restock fee because I've already paid all the fees that Etsy charges me, to list the bag. And I do not pay return shipping. She wanted her shipping refunded, and I don't do that. Now, Etsy recently switched, platforms, or they switched seller, like a seller platform's the only thing I can come up with. So not all of my store policies flipped over to this new app or new face of their selling page. So I'm trying to update it with my policies. The previous page gave a question and answer window where, you know, I just answered my own question. Why do I charge a 20% restock fee? And that's the reasons. You know, I have the listing fee. I have the fee for using their credit card setup. I have the fee that they charge me to sell it on there. If the bag never sells, I don't get charged that fee. But if it does sell, they take their 5% or 6% or whatever. And then I have all my packing materials, the time it takes me to take it to the post office. All that stuff is part of the price I put on things. And as I've said, I try to make my bags as reasonable as possible. And shipping is included for Canada bags. I've added a $5 shipping charge for US bags because it was just getting that it was, you know, the shipping to the US is usually a good $24, $25 to ship to the US. So that is just one of the little housekeeping issues I thought I would mention to you. I'm not out to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. As you saw with the Perlina bag, I show you where it's been cut. I have dyed the edges, so it is a very, very stealth cut, whereas prior to that, it was, you could tell at 10 paces that somebody had cut the strap. They cut it on an angle, which was nice. Makes it look a little bit more professional. But yeah, I'm not here to, you know, to dupe anybody or do, you know, anything of that nature. I just wish I could find some of the bags that some of these other folks are finding. I found another reseller. Her name is Kristen D. And she has some real good bags and bags that I find. She even had a Derek Alexander. She's from New York. And of course, Derek Alexander is a Canadian brand out of Alberta. Very, very beautiful leather. Very similar quality to this Perlina. And very utilitarian also. Lots of compartments. And she had a beautiful, almost like a laptop bag or something. And it didn't sell because nobody knew what it was. Those Derek Alexander's bags sell for hundreds of dollars. I remember the first time I got a Derek Alexander bag and the price tag was still on it. It was like $189 for this little thing. And I was like, yeah, get out. And I Googled it and I was like, holy crap. Like the bags are really quite expensive, but the quality is amazing. I think I've had two bags, if my memory serves me correctly. One just recently, and I showed it to you, where I had to stitch an exterior issue. And then once I had an interior issue. The sack for me, the interiors fall apart all the time. I really don't pick up the sack anymore for that reason. But Derek Alexander, externally, internally, amazing quality. So just some of the things that I'm coming across as I'm getting back into my routine after our vacation. We are just trying to weather the heat. This little shack of mine has no ceilings, has no insulation right now. If you follow me, you know that we've been renovating. This is tarps that we've put over the joists, just so I don't have to stare at cobwebs and whatnot. With the heat, it's a perfect opportunity for all that condensation that had built up there to dry out. And then we are going to get spray foam put up there, which I'm going to, maybe I'll actually do that today. I'm going to call a couple of companies and see if we can get a quote, and hopefully it's not too crazy. But that is about it for me today. We have somebody coming to look at the van this evening. The certifications certificate has runs out today. So that was a little bit of a conversation for Pius and I this morning. But I jokingly said I should make it into a mobile shop. And Pius was like, I can make that happen for you. He's like, the van's paid for. It doesn't owe us anything. And I thought, and it's still kind of in the back of my mind. The only issue I have is that there is no air conditioning. But if the van was starting to pay its way, then I would get the air conditioning fixed. It's quite a bit of an expensive repair. Not so much the part, it's the time it takes to replace it. So, I don't know. It is kind of still in the back of my mind. And there's my honey bunny calling me right now. So I will say cheerio. Have a great rest of the day. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.